It is almost 9 a.m. This is the start of the 48-hour readathon with my vlog squad. Well, it starts at 1 p.m., but today is the start of it. I've never actually really taken part in a 48-hour readathon before. I don't know if some people skip sleeping, but I will not be. I do enjoy my sleep. And I'm just going to show you guys a preview of the books that I'm planning on working on this weekend in utopian society where I am naively optimistic enough. I finished all 4 of these books, but we'll see how that goes. So the first one that I'm reading is Dragonfly in Amber by Gabaldon. And this one, I think I'm about 55% of the way through. I made it to chapter 31. And then I am reading Surrender by Marylee MacDonald. This is an arc that I received from Bookish First. And this one, I think I'm about 40% of the way through. I am on chapter 28. I will be reading Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. This one, I think I just got to 50% last night before I went to sleep. And on this one, I am on chapter 17. And finally, oh no, where'd it go? Oh, it fell. Oh. Michael left me a note. Okay, for this one, I will be reading How to Catch a Queen by Alyssa Cole. Honestly, best cover award. Honestly. And for this one, I fell asleep reading this, so I'm not entirely sure what chapter I'm on because the chapters are kind of long, but I'm somewhere a little bit after page 100. After page 100, I think I'm at like 102. So that is what I am planning on reading this weekend. And it looks like we have about 4 hours before we start, so I'm gonna try and get some chores in really fast, maybe upload or update my Sims game and make some people on there, get those creative juices flowing. I will check back in at 1. Bye guys. Hey y'all. Okay, so it is 9:43. It's a little over 8 hours into, we're actually almost 9 hours into our 48-hour readathon. I missed the first 30 minutes because I was playing Sims, to be honest. And then I missed another like 4 hours because we were looking at a car in the city. So I joined for the last few hours. I'm just gonna give you guys like an update on my progress before I hit the hay for the night. That was the most Midwestern thing to say, just like ignore that. But let's see where we're at. So How to Catch a Queen, which is the only book that I'm reading that's actually a December book so far. I'm already 35% done with that. So we're sitting at about here, and Hey guys, sorry that the video got cut out. I unfortunately filled up one of my SD cards, and I could have just gone and gotten another one or been responsible and cleared photos and videos off, but I have quite a few uploads that I need to get up, and I couldn't delete the footage, and I ended up just not filming for all of the weekend. So here we are. It was a very good time. This was the first 48-hour readathon that I had ever done. It may have been the first readathon that I had ever done, you know, where it's just over the weekend and not like a month-long challenge. So I found it really entertaining. Normally I like get nervous on video with people for like the first like 5 times that I talk to them, but it was actually really fun because I guess watching everyone's YouTube videos, like I kind of know like what to expect for people's like mannerisms and personality, and it was so fun. I really enjoyed it. We did reading sprints, and Bailey tried to name the states of the US, and it was a really good time. Sorry if you hear noise. Caroline is behind me chewing on her bone under the Christmas tree. So yeah, I'm just gonna update you guys on where I ended up. It is Monday now, And yeah, I'm still reading the same 4 books, but I did get about 20% farther in each of them, which is awesome. I'm planning on going home for the rest of the year, and so I'm thinking that now I will be able to finish at least 2 of these before I leave this weekend. I think I'm leaving this weekend, so I can get them back to the library and don't have to worry about trying to get someone to get them for me while I'm in quarantine in Ohio. So let's see, the first one that I'm working on is Dragonfly and Amber by Gabaldon. Oh, I can't remember. I have this bookmark that my brother got me last Christmas from Emily Louise on Etsy. I love it so much. It's my favorite quote. So yes, I am about page 5. I'm at page 572 on Dragonfly and Amber, so I think I'm about 70% of the way through. This book has dragged the entire book. There hasn't really been a chapter where I've really felt like, oh, I really need to get to the next chapter. I read it and I'm like, on to the next book. So I've heard that's the worst one in the series. I'm hoping that's true because there's a lot of books and this has really put me in a reading slump. What am I reading next? This is my bookish first arc, Surrender by Marylee MacDonald. I'm really enjoying this. I think I am about 50% of the way through now. This is just like notes from the author on corrections for the book, so that's cool. And I'm really enjoying this. I think the reason that it's taking me a little while to get through it is just because the chapters are very slow. And so my method of reading is I read one chapter and then I'm on to the next book. And sometimes the chapters are only a few pages. So then, you know, I go back to the next 2 books and the chapters can take me 15 to 30 minutes to get through one. So it's not really fair. But I'm also behind. Bookish First likes you to read their books like within 3 weeks. And I already have another Bookish First arc. So I'm really hoping to finish this ASAP, and I'm trying not to request anything else until I get on to my next arc. Speaking of arcs, my next one is How to Catch a Queen by Alyssa Cole. This is my favorite out of all the books that I'm reading right now. Perhaps all the books that I've read in the second half of the year. I think my favorite for the year so far has been Crooked Kingdom and 6 of Crows, but this one is really up there. I find the characters quite enjoyable. I'm about 55% of the way through. The chapters are very long to me anyway because, you know, it's a mass market paperback and I'm not really used to those. It does take me about 30 minutes, maybe 20, to get through a chapter, but I find them worthwhile. I find myself laughing at the characters and I'm interested in the characters, and I look forward to getting to this book in my stack whenever I read a chapter of each because I know that I'm gonna laugh and I know that I'm gonna have a good quote every chapter to put on Goodreads. So I'm very excited to check out Alyssa Cole's other books. I think she has another one that came out. It was like a thriller or something. But yes. And lastly, Rebecca and by Daphne du Maurier. I am about 75% of the way done with this one. This is, oh yeah, so this is my NetGalley arc. I have 2 NetGalley arcs I really want to request after this, so I'm trying really hard to get through this. The next one I will be reading is The Echo Wife, and then I'm going to put in a request as long as they're still available for both Good Girl, Bad Blood and what's it called? Oh, and Small Favors. So I really want the chance to request those, and I don't have an extremely large following, so I know that I need to get my ratio up really high to have a good chance. I'm trying so hard. But yes, speaking of following, I got to 25 subscribers as of this weekend, and you guys, I am so grateful. That means the world to me that 25 of you want to come on and watch me talk about the books that I am reading for 2 months at a time. I really appreciate you guys, and I appreciate every video that you watch. It means the world to me, so thank you. And lastly, back to Rebecca. This is my buddy read book. So I'm 75% done. After I return this one to the library, I really think I'll finish it, hopefully by Wednesday. Fingers crossed. But once I finish this one, I will be starting my next buddy read, which will either be Noragami Stray God #1 with Noah, or Avatar The Last Airbender The Promise Part 1 with Amber. They're both quite short, so I'm not sure which one I'm going to get to first. It depends on who has started their buddy read first, I guess. So that is where I'm at. I'm gonna try and get some reading done after this video and work really hard at that. I still need to post my week 1 for December video. I know what readathon that I am doing in January. I'm going to try and only do that one readathon in January, and I will probably work on my TBR list tomorrow, like a rough draft, assuming that I finish books this month, but we'll see how that goes. And yeah, I will get to work on uploading a bunch of videos if I can, because I really need room on my SD card. And now I'm gonna go make some fish. Maybe, we'll see. Good night, guys.